Hello, welcome back. So I'm actually filming this intro after the fact of having made this video, and that is because I forgot to film it first. It happens. Maybe I did film it and I just can't find the video, who knows. But this video is going to be detailing a pattern test I did for a friend of mine. So there was a artist on Tumblr who I will link, who came up with a Transformers AU for a cat shelter. And my friend took this idea and, with this artist's permission, made one of the cats into a plush. And so I was asked to test this pattern for her. And that's what this video is about. It's just following my experience testing this pattern, because it's one of those things that I know a lot in theory but don't put into practice a lot. And this is exciting because it's going to be my first chance to use my new to me sewing machine. It's secondhand. It belonged to my mother, and when she upgraded to a more heavy duty one for quilting, I got her old one. And this is the machine I learned on, so I'm familiar with using it, but it's exciting because now it's mine. So okay, so I actually forgot to film the first part of this too, but I know what it was talking about. So this pattern, actually, this is a free pattern, and it includes the instructions along with it, and then it also has the pattern itself that you can print off with a regular printer. I think I printed mine at Staples, and you can just take it and print it, and that's what I'm doing now. But basically, I'm cutting the pattern out, and I started cutting it before I taped it together, and then I had to backtrack and tape it together and then cut it out, but we'll get there. And you'll understand what I mean when I say you need to tape this together, because this is not, don't make this if you're short on space. He's large. He's a beanbag chair. Beanbag size. Okay, so the entire pattern has been taped together. You'll have all your pieces done like this. Now I just have to cut the fabric out. We'll see how that goes. As you can see, I also have contacts now, which is fantastic that they finally have come in. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is to just trace these with Sharpie and then label them on the back. You're not gonna see those anyways because they're gonna be inside. So we'll cut it all out and we'll get back to you. honest with you, I'm not done cutting out all of this, but my hand is killing me and it's getting late and I'm covered in fuzz, so I think that's the stopping point for tonight, and I'll pick up with this again tomorrow. It has been several days. In my defense, I'm in college. I'm busy. But anyways, so today we have a snow day, and that seems like a good excuse to get some stuff done. I'm gonna get as much done as I can today, so let's get started. This is actually the first time I've used this. This is my mom's old sewing machine when she upgraded to a new one that's more heavy duty, and it's also pink. She gifted me her old one, which was, it's in good condition. It's been well upkept. And it hasn't really been used that much. But this is the first time I'm going to be using it since she brought it out to me, as evidenced by the fact that it's in a bag. And I can tell it hasn't been used in a while because it is super dusty on top. But fantastic. This is the first time I've used this machine in a while. I did teach myself how to sew on a machine using this one. So I just have to plug everything in. And the nice thing about this is that the, like the one that I had before, the cord for the pedal and the cord for the power were the same cord, which is kind of annoying just because they're not the same length, which means that you had to either be really close to a plug-in or be like straining to use the pedal. So the fact that these ones are separate, it's just a lot more convenient because I can plug this in and I can move it around the back of the machine and out of the way. And I can't really do that when I need the pedal to be underneath my foot. So actually I decided I'm gonna stop and make coffee first because I haven't had one all day and I kind of want one. So, okay. I have the smokestacks done. So this is the first one here, and then the second one's over here. It took a little bit of piecework because of the way that these are done, where it's just one long piece with the two side pieces sewn on. So I did take a little bit of like maneuvering and stuff, and I'm probably gonna go in later and reinforce the corners and stuff with some hand sewing, but I haven't done. These are huge. I keep forgetting how large this thing is gonna be. He's gonna be so big, dude. Oh my God. So I messed up. The entire thing is now sewn. I forgot to take pictures in between when I was working on it to show what it looked like. My bad. In my defense, I don't do this often. However, to make up for it, I'm gonna take you with me when I go to Michael's now to get the copious amounts of stuffing that I need. And maybe the fabric for the eyes. I don't know if I can get that at Michael's because I don't think they sell fabric, but we're gonna try anyways. So we're gonna go get a coffee at the Tim Hortons across the road and then catch the bus up to Michael's. It's really cold out. The wind is blowing like crazy. Pick up my coffee. I kinda wish I wore my scarf. It's so cold. I'm looking for the outfit because I think I look really cute. I love this coat. I got it at a thrift store a few years ago, and it's probably one of the coolest coats I own. I love it so much. And it's so warm. It's fantastic for days like today. This collar keeps me so warm. I got a cart because I'm going to need an excessively large amount of stuffing, like a lot. So there's a couple of different options. So I think it really just comes down to what I think I'll need. I feel like it's probably easier to get the box because there's 2.2 kilos in here. So in theory, I think that might be enough. 5 pounds. It doesn't feel like 5 pounds of stuff. It doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't even fit in the cart. That's how big it is. Okay. We're gonna see if we can find the fabric while we're here too. And then I have to take that home on the bus. They don't have teal. They actually don't have much. So I think No, that's got patterns on it. I think I'm gonna try felt down in the kids craft section and see if there's any there. Getting nervous that this box is gonna fall out of the car. It's kind of precariously perched. No, that's foam. They don't have teal felt either. What? It's like a little ridiculous. Oh, he's gonna have no face for a while, I guess. All I can really do. Let's go look at Christmas stuff. I kind of want to get some ribbon to wrap everyone's gifts with, like over the wrapping paper, rather than buying like the cheap bows to stick on top. I just don't know what to get. I think a nice red would probably go nice, or like a dark color. They have all sorts of colors here, which is really nice, but and I don't want anything like sparkles, just like a plain ribbon, because I know some people don't really like sparkles. Oh, what if I get a plaid one? What is in this? On the feed. That would be cute. But buy two, get one free. Buy two, get three free? How much are these? I don't know how much these are. They're less than $15 though, I think. So kind of a lot. I'll get one for now. I don't have that many gifts to wrap before I leave, so I'll get one, and let's see if we can find some wrapping paper. Okay, I lied. I'm not getting that. I found this one with gnomes that does have sparkles, and I said no sparkles. Everyone in my family loves gnomes, so I kind of have to get it because it'll go over so well. I can't find gift wrapping paper. I can't say sell it. I spoke too soon. It's so cold out. Why is this fucking bivering out? It started snowing when I was in Michael's and the wind picked up and it was already really windy. We're under a wind warning. We just got a nor'easter 2 days ago into yesterday and we're still under a wind advisory for 100-kilometer-hour winds. That's what you get for living by the ocean. It's worth it. It's worth it. But yeah, so I'm almost done. I actually lied. The only thing I have left to do to sew together is I have to finish sewing the head on. And it's halfway done. The only reason I didn't finish it when I was working on it yesterday is just that the feed dog clogged up, which they tend to do after a while with Minky. And it was like 2 in the morning and I was like, this is a tomorrow problem. I'm going to bed. So we have that and it's nice because now the second I get that stuffed, the second I get that sewn, I can stuff it. He didn't have a face. I couldn't find any teal. Not a scrap of cotton, not a scrap of felt. So sometimes a week I have to go downtown tomorrow or Sunday and there's a quilt store down there. So when I'm down there, I'm gonna see if they have any because if they do, even better. I'm not too concerned if it's Minky at this point. For his eyes, if it's just cotton, it's not the end of the world. And I knew that was getting hand sewn on anyways. I planned that from the beginning. Just because it's easier for me to hand sew the eyes and the mouth on afterwards. Because in case it ended up lopsided basically. So, that's the plan. I have about an hour and a half until I have to go. I'm performing in a drag show tonight, so I have to be there around 6. It's 4:35 now. I'm getting ready there, so I don't need to worry about that. So I'm hoping I can get this done now. It'd be so nice if I could. All I got left to do is put the rest of that head on. I think that I can get these cleaned. That's a really easy task. It's gonna take me longer to stuff it than it is to finish that neck. So we're gonna do that and then I'm gonna stuff them. So my sewing machine hates me tonight and I actually ended up hand sewing the last half of the neck because I think it actually, it's just that because the neck hole is bigger than the head hole, you have to like fold the neck pieces in to like fit it all together. And I think it's just that the fabric was too thick. My sewing machine is not meant for heavy duty. That's why my mom gave it to me, is because she bought hers with the intention of having it be more heavy duty. But he's sewn together So now it's time to stuff his ass. It's time to stuff his ass. Well, technically it's belly, I guess. So I'm gonna unplug my sewing machine so that I can move the table back to where it normally is. Oh, that hurt. And then we're gonna stuff them. This doesn't seem like a lot of stuffing. Like, is this gonna be enough? Maybe it's like vacuum seal or something. That would make sense. I do have a little bit more in my room from another project, but I figured it was easier to just buy something new. It's totally vacuum sealed. Can this thing get out of the box? That's never going back in there again. I lied. Maybe this is enough stuffing. Okay. Let's get stuffing and see what happens. He's so big. Like I said, he has no face yet. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. He's huge. And I live in an apartment. He is. This may be the best thing I've ever made. I have put the 5 pounds I just bought in this and another 3.5 pounds that I found in my craft supplies from a different project. And he's still not fully stuffed. I could easily fit like another half a box, if not a full box, into this thing. There's 7 pounds of stuffing in him and he's still not fully stuffed. As you can tell by his not fully stuffed towers. I'm gonna try and play around with moving the stuffing around a bit because he does have a zipper, so I can add more later. So I'm gonna try and just like stuff a little bit more into the towers because I'd rather he have a flat back and the towers stand up. But like, look, there's still so much more room in here for stuffing. I just ran out. Oh, this is so ridiculous that it's amazing. I'm gonna have to go in now that he's fully stuffed and just fix a couple places with some hand stitching, just places where the sewing machine skipped over while sewing the actual seams, which is not the end of the world, but yeah. There we go. He's a little flat in the back. I'm gonna need way more stuffing. I'm gonna need to make another Michael's trip for more stuffing. Oh, this is the greatest thing ever, I think. Oh, I can't wait to get him a face too. He's gonna look so much more cute with a face. Oh, I can't stop laughing. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever made, I think. He really makes a really nice pillow, even understuffed. I have to put my hand up here because otherwise these kind of fall down. But once he's fully stuffed, the friend that I tested it for said that they do use this as a beanbag chair and also as weight at the end of the bed when they're sleeping, which I fuck with heavily. But this was a lot of fun. There was a couple parts that were a little bit on the difficult side, but I think that that comes with the territory of making a 4-foot long giant cat. So overall, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this pattern, actually. I need to make more stuffies because maybe not this size, but he's a lot of fun anyways. But yeah, if you're interested in making one for yourself, I will link the pattern down below. Thank you to my friend Dreamer for having me test this. I had a lot of fun making it. I'm not gonna lie, this was probably one of the best things I've sewn in quite a while. But yeah, if you like this video, like, subscribe, and follow along to see what else I get up to making. Bye.